Hey everyone. So as you know, I'm currently working on the next few country episodes, which means this week's going to have to be a filler one. We've done administrative division videos before, like Russia, India, and Brazil, and, by popular demand, today's episode will cover the provinces and territories of Canada. Before we get started though, I've got to give a big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Most of you probably already know who they are, but we'll get into more details later. Like with many of my other videos, I figured the best way to do this would be to have an actual Canadian join me. So without further ado, meet my former roommate and friend, Aaron. Alright, Aaron, tell them where you're from. I'm from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Quick disclaimer, even though Aaron is Canadian, it's a huge and diverse country. So not every detail will be perfectly spot on, but we've done a lot of research, so most of it should be accurate. Aaron approves. Before we dive in, here are a few quick facts. Canada is the second largest country in the world by land area right after Russia. Around 87% of Canadians live within 100 miles or 160 kilometers of the US border. And yes, cities are far apart. Yeah, Aaron adds, it's a very spread out country. Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories. Aaron, explain what exactly is a territory. A territory is different from a province because provinces have their own provincial governments, whereas territories don't. Territories are governed directly by the federal government, and of course, territories have the smallest populations. They absolutely do, Aaron confirms. And fun fact, every Canadian keeps a secret stash of maple syrup on them at all times, just in case of a maple syrup emergency. Alright, let's get into it. Alberta capital, Edmonton. Largest city, Calgary. Known as the Rustic Cowboy Province, home of the annual Calgary Stampede. It's also Canada's energy hub with a massive oil industry, including the Athabasca oil sands. Drumheller is famous for its unique rock formations and is considered the dinosaur capital of the world. Alberta has huge ranches, farms, Wood Buffalo National Park, and Banff National Park. I'm called one of the most beautiful in the country. When you think of Alberta folks, more conservative, outdoorsy, cowboy-like, basically the Texas of Canada. And fun fact, Alberta is officially rat-free. British Columbia, BC capital, Victoria. Largest city, Vancouver, known for hiking, biking, and also dubbed Hollywood of the North, due to all the films shot here. It's the only province touching the Pacific Ocean and gets plenty of rain. It also has Canada's only true desert, the Okanagan people here. A kind of hippie, West Coast, trendy vibe maybe, a bit hipster. And yes, lots of retirees live here, Aaron's grandparents included. Manitoba, capital and largest city, Winnipeg. This is where the prairies begin, known for its countless lakes and strong First Nations presence. Up north, Churchill is called the polar bear capital of the world. Winnipeg is sometimes jokingly labeled the murder capital of Canada. One year they had 6 murders. Despite the joke, Manitoba offers the beautiful Human Rights Museum and stunning scenery. People here, likely outdoorsy and rugged, given the cold and wildlife. New Brunswick capital, Fredericton. Largest city, Moncton. Known as the Loyalist Province, because many who remained loyal to Britain during the American Revolution settled here. It's also the second most French-speaking province, and the only officially bilingual one, historically part of Acadia. It's connected to the origin of Cajun culture in Louisiana. Being a maritime province, it's full of lighthouses, fishing spots, and the Bay of Fundy, famous for the world's highest tides, at over 16 meters 53 feet. Newfoundland and Labrador capital and largest city, St. John's. East Province, split between Newfoundland, where 90% live, and Labrador. Fun fact, they have their own time zone, 30 minutes ahead. It was the UK's last North American colony, until joining Canada in 1949. People here are famously friendly with a unique accent, something like a Canadian Irish, mixed. Nova Scotia, capital and largest city, Halifax, called Canada's ocean playground. Strong Scottish roots remain from early settlers, and there's even a small Gaelic-speaking community. Peggy's Cove is famous for its lighthouse, and the province was home to the massive Halifax explosion in 1917, the largest man-made blast before nuclear weapons. Ontario capital, Ottawa. Largest city, Toronto. The most populous province with about 40% of Canada's population. It's the economic and political core of the country, with industries from manufacturing to tourism. It's often divided into Northern Ontario, urban, cottage country, and Southern Ontario, which is far more urbanized. Most Canadian politicians are bilingual, due to Quebec's influence. Prince Edward Island Pay, capital and largest city, Charlottetown, nicknamed Spud Island, the Garden of the Gulf, and the Million-Acre Farm, smallest province by land and population, famous for Anne of Green Gables, potato farming, and beaches with squeaky sand. Quebec capital, Quebec City. Largest city, Montreal, known as La Belle Province, the beautiful province, but its license plates read G. Me Sauvians. I remember referencing its history with English rule. It's the only province with French as its sole official language, though many in cities are bilingual. Quebec is famous for its unique French accent, sideways traffic lights, poutine, and being the largest maple syrup producer in the world. Saskatchewan capital, Regina. Largest city, Saskatoon, known as Canada's breadbasket for its vast wheat fields. It's flat like Iowa or Nebraska and is part of Canada's Tornado Alley. People here, likely friendly country folk. The territory's combined population under 200,000. Harsh, cold climates mean most residents are either indigenous or there for mining. Northwest Territories capital, Yellowknife, home to 11 official languages, including several indigenous ones. Contains Great Slave Lake, named after the Slavey people. Nunavut capital, Iqaluit. No direct roads connected to the rest of Canada. You can only fly or sail. Established in 1999, it's predominantly Inuit, with its own writing system visible on signs. Yukon capital, Whitehorse. Known for the Klondike Gold Rush. Mount Logan, Canada's tallest mountain, and its proximity to Alaska. And that's all 13 provinces and territories of Canada. Hopefully, we didn't offend too many people. Apologies if we did. Quick side note, Canadians really do say sorry a lot. And fun fact, Canadian law says saying sorry isn't an admission of guilt. This video was brought to you by Squarespace. It's an easy-to-use platform with templates for creating your own website. Visit squarespace.com/geography now for 10% off your first purchase. Aaron, any final words? Canada is vast, diverse, and full of amazing places and people. Definitely worth a visit. And that's it. Thanks for watching this filler week episode. Stay cool and stay tuned.